Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we're doing the crossword for Monday, April 21st, 2025. So, 1 week away from the Canadian election.
Yes.
Did you do the crosswords?
I did.
And were there any hints of an upcoming election in today's grid?
Not a bit.
Really? Okay.
I don't believe so.
You're not sure that 48 Across famed shoe designer Jimmy Choo is not running for Parliament?
I am almost positive.
Okay. All right. I don't know for a fact, but I'll take your word for it. It was a lovely crossword.
It was cute. I thought the theme was very cute.
Yes. You know, I always look at these themes and I'm just amazed. It's just like you just have to look at a phrase in a slightly different way and suddenly you've got a crossword theme.
Yeah, it was very clever.
You want to talk about that in detail?
Okay. Well, there were 4 theme clues, and the clues or theme, clues and answers. The clues were very straightforward. You know, there wasn't anything punny or anything like that. They were just very straightforward. The answers were 17 across, bar mitzvah, and then 25 across, the Casbah, which was a clue about the Clash's famous Rock the Casbah hit.
Rock the Casbah, rock the Casbah.
And then we had 34 across, cheetah, and then, as you said before, Jimmy Choo was at 48 across. But the revealer is really what makes it such a fun theme, and that was 56 across, polite response to the ends of the theme clues. So you had chew. So the answer there was Gesundheit.
Yes. That was really brilliant.
Bar mitzvah, the Casbah, cheetah, and Jimmy Choo.
Yep.
So, Gesundheit.
That was great.
Fun for a Monday.
My only problem was I discovered today I do not know how to spell Gesundheit.
Oh.
I mean, when you say it, go ahead and say it again.
Gesundheit.
See, you're saying gesund with a T. You're not saying it's spelled Gesund. Gesundheit.
Gesundheit.
But I really, lay into the T there, Gesundheit.
No.
And so I had 50 down. The size between small and large, abra, was the met, as opposed to the med for medium.
Medium, yes.
And so I spent a lot of time, I had the crossword filled out, and it's just like, I can't find the answer.
Oh.
And, I looked at Gesundheit, and there was never any doubt in my mind, not one bit, that I had spelled Gesundheit correctly.
Oh.
In fact, I bet if we did some research, we would find that in some places, they probably spell it with a T.
Okay, well.
Or misspell it with a T, as the case may be. I know.
Not sure about that. But
I'm pretty sure that Thomas Van Giel, who wrote this crossword, has researched that extensively. It'd be bad. It'd be bad if he submitted this absolutely magnificent masterpiece of a crossword, and then it turned out he'd misspelled Gesundheit.
That would be bad.
So, on the other hand, he would have had to have come up with a clue for met, which I bet he could have.
Yeah, that would
done.
have been too tough.
Yeah.
So.
The at 17 across, the coming of age ceremony, I had enough letters to see that it was going to be mitzvah. And then I had to do the 50-50 flip. Bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah? And it turned out to be bar.
That is correct.
Because 3 down, more brainy in an uncool way was nerdier.
Yes.
And there were a lot of Mexican references in the top left. 1 down, Mexican state that shares its name with a hot sauce, Tabasco.
Oh, yeah.
And then 20 across, Mexican, let's go in Mexico rather, and it's Andale.
I don't think that's the way it's pronounced. I've never seen that, though. I always think of vamos, let's go. Or
I don't know. I look at that and think it's the name of some horse. Hey, here come the giant Andales.
It's probably Adelaide.
Yeah, don't look.
I'm not sure.
Don't look at me.
But no, I don't think I ever learned that word in Spanish. Let's go.
Yeah, I never learned it in French, so because of course in French it would be just aller.
So, well, and 17 across, which was the bar mitzvah. The clue for that was coming of age ceremony.
Yes.
I was thinking of the quinceañera, the coming of age for Latina
Oh,
little girls. Well, not little girls, 15-year-olds, I think, is when they have the quince, that's 15. So
that would have fitted in
I
with the
tried
rest
to
of the
fit
clues.
it in,
Yeah.
but like you and the Gesundheit, I wasn't quite sure how to spell it. I think it might have fit though. But then I started getting the letters for Itzva.
Right.
So I thought, oh, it's bar mitzvah.
Yeah, that pretty well nails it. We had 22 down. That was comedian Silverman was Sarah. Have you ever heard any Sarah Silverman skits?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you have?
Yep.
Okay. How about 36 down? Let's see. Paint the Town Red rapper Doja Cat.
Doja Cat.
Have you ever heard any Doja Cat songs?
I've heard a little Doja Cat.
Oh,
Not much.
that's a great name, Doja Cat.
Yeah. I don't think that's her real name.
And I bet I'm mispronouncing that too.
36 across was the highest U.S. mountain was Denali.
All right.
And I know, of course, that used to be Mount McKinley, and I thought they were going to try to change it back, but I hadn't heard.
Wait. Denali is McKinley?
Mount McKinley. It used to be Mount McKinley, and then they changed it to Denali, which is Native American word. But then I heard that some people wanted it back to Mount McKinley. I mean, McKinley had nothing to do with the mountain other than he was president when they decided to make it an American landmark. But anyway, I guess it's still Denali.
Okay, so where is Denali?
Alaska. Yeah.
So what's the tallest mountain is it like Washington State that's the tallest in the 48 states? There's some mountain.
Yeah. What is that mountain?
Mount Really Tall? I think that's the name of it. Welcome to Mount Really Tall.
Oh, no.
See, I thought that was I thought McKinley was like in Washington State.
Maybe I'm mistaken here.
And that Denali was in Alaska.
No, I think it used to be Mount McKinley.
Okay. Man, it'd be a pain to change all those signs. But I bet they could do it.
Yeah. No, Mount McKinley is now Denali.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll then leave it as an open question. What is the tallest mountain in the 48 contiguous states?
Would it be Mount Rainier? I think.
Oh, that sounds better.
Yeah.
Well done. Let's hear
I
it.
should know that because, one of our children lived within sight of that mountain. So yeah.
That's right. I believe they are like a park ranger, right? For Mount Incredibly Tall.
They live very near to Mount Rainier.
Mount Rainier. Okay. Have you ever owned any Jimmy Choo, famed shoe designer shoes?
No, they're a little out of my price range.
Are they?
Yeah, they're very, very expensive.
Like, how do they compare to eggs?
Well, they are more expensive than eggs.
More expensive than eggs, okay.
They are dressy shoes. They have very, very tall heels, and their trademark is they have a red sole.
Oh.
The bottom of the shoe is bright red.
Okay.
So if I had some Jimmy Choos, you would notice them.
Now, does that mean that nobody else who makes shoes is allowed to make their soles red? I mean, are they sort of like
I think that
trademark
is kind of their trademark.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I've never seen a loafer, Jimmy Choo loafer, or Croc, or sneaker. I think he just makes stilettos.
I'm pretty sure I've never seen a Jimmy Choo.
No, I think I saw one. Like when we were on our travels in England, when we were in Harrods, they had some Jimmy Choo shoes in there.
I can believe it. That would be the place for him. As I recall, everything there was extremely expensive. Let's see. We had 53 across. 53 across was pie chart piece, and I went for slice.
I went for wedge.
Oh, that was good. So both of us failed because we were off a letter. So then I went for legend because I thought, they're going to be cute here. And it's actually not that it's a pie chart per se, but it's just the legend part of it. But it turned out to be sector.
Sector, yes.
Which made more sense.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, all right. Well, I think that's it for today. Okay. So thanks, everyone, for listening.
Yep.
Just a reminder that tomorrow is the deadline for Triplet Tuesday. If you haven't entered yet, go back to last Tuesday's episode, check it out. Send us your entries, crosswordpodcast@icloud.com.
Yep.
And we will be back again with our cutting edge analysis of tomorrow's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.